Somewhere in the world right now, a woman is giving birth in a highly controlled hospital room exactly like this one. If anything goes wrong, decades of medical training and sterile surgical tools are standing by. But for most of human history, none of this safety net existed. No monitors, no anesthesia, and absolutely no doctors. Without intervention, human childbirth was exceptionally dangerous. Paleodemographic studies estimate that maternal mortality in prehistoric populations reached staggering rates, making delivery complications a leading cause of death for women of reproductive age. This high mortality rate stemmed directly from a structural design flaw baked into the human skeleton, rather than from poor hygiene or simple bad luck. That biological flaw traces its roots back nearly 2 million years, during a critical phase of human evolution. As our ancestors evolved, the biological process of creating life accidentally became a deadly bottleneck, creating a mechanical paradox that early humans had to somehow reverse engineer to survive. Around 3 to 2 million years ago, early hominins like this one began walking fully upright. To support upright walking, the human pelvis reshaped itself, becoming significantly narrower. Simultaneously, human brains expanded rapidly. A growing cranial sphere attempts to pass through, but as volume increases from 900 to 1,350 cubic centimeters, the rigid bone traps it. This created a literal mechanical crisis. Human babies had to navigate a shrinking birth canal with heads that were constantly growing. This extremely tight clearance is unique to us. Chimpanzees, by comparison, possess anatomical proportions that allow mothers to easily give birth alone, often within minutes. Humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages, our large, complex brains, and our efficient upright posture, directly collided, making solitary childbirth practically impossible. In 1987, anthropologist Wenda Trevathan proposed a concept called the obligate midwifery hypothesis, permanently changing how researchers understand prehistoric birth. This simulation shows the mechanical outcome of our pelvic twist. As the infant's head descends, it rotates 180 degrees, ultimately emerging facing the mother's spine. Because the baby emerges facing completely away from her, a human mother is physically unable to reach down, clear the airway, and safely guide the infant out on her own. Without an extra set of hands, minor complications like a stalled labor or a tangled cord could easily kill both mother and child within hours. Trevathan argued that seeking assistance during delivery was an unavoidable biological requirement, dictated entirely by our anatomy, rather than an optional cultural preference. The anatomical trap of the human pelvis hardwired a direct physical dependency on others right into the very first moments of the human life cycle. Even after surviving the mechanical danger of delivery, a newborn arriving into a Paleolithic environment faced immediate, severe physical threats. Human infants have very little ability to regulate their own body temperature. A baby born on a cold night, lacking immediate skin-to-skin contact and shared body heat, could develop fatal hypothermia in under an hour. Next came feeding. Colostrum, the early breast milk a mother produces, delivers concentrated antibodies that infants rely on for their initial immune protection. In a world completely devoid of medicine or formula, missing out on this early defense meant an infant's chances of surviving even a mild infection dropped sharply. To manage these massive early burdens, human ancestors adopted a survival strategy known as alloparenting, a localized system of communal childrearing. Modern ethnographic studies of groups like the San People demonstrate this behavior in action today. Older women, aunts, and unrelated group members all share the daily physical responsibility of warming, feeding, and protecting infants. A mother whose body was actively recovering from the intense physical trauma of the human pelvic bottleneck could not manage this immense biological burden alone. Sharing the weight of childrearing was a strict mechanical requirement to keep the species alive. When you look again at this modern hospital room, with its steadily beeping monitors and sterile equipment, these tools and the presence of medical staff represent the newest, most advanced iteration of our oldest survival strategy. The immense biological danger created when our ancestors stood upright millions of years ago forced early humans to gather together and rely entirely on one another to survive a single birth. The deadly, paradoxical mechanics of prehistoric childbirth forced humanity's hand. It required the invention of midwives, and it ultimately wired us to become a cooperative, highly social species.